You enjoying it?
Yeah, loving it, to be fair. It's quick turnaround. That's the best way about it. That's the best way to go about it, I think. Yeah, no, really enjoying it.
Good to get out there as well and get an
Yeah.
idea of what it's all about.
I think I've had as many games as training sessions, to be honest with you. But as I say, that's the best way to go about it, I think. Baptism of fire, find out what I'm all about, and yeah, obviously there's more work to do, but really enjoying it. Just got to try and find a result to match, because I've played twice and we've lost in both games so far, so that is turning around sharpish.
Yeah, you were kind of thrown in, weren't you? I mean, during last week and then straight into it, but I guess that's the best way, isn't it? Just like you say, baptism of fire, get thrown in.
Yeah, exactly. You quickly find out where you are. I mean, I like to think I'm a good pro and look after myself during the off season. Move came around a bit later than I would have liked, but that is what it is. Nothing I can do to control that. So as soon as the call came to get myself up here, I made sure I did and hit the ground running. Fortunately enough, the manager was confident and believed in me to put me in. But the team actually played all right on reflection, but it doesn't really matter when the result goes the way it did. So nice to get a game away from that competition tonight. Again, sort of regroup, gather, see where we're at, learn the lessons, and then just turn our attentions to Saturday, which is a must-win.
What's the attraction of coming up to Hibs and Scottish football?
I mean, honestly, the city, speaks for itself, and the size of the club. It's really hard to try and sort of find, a level. It's not really comparable to what it is down south. But the Scottish Premiership, it's a top league. You've got the big boys in here, of course you have, but Hibs deserve to be fighting right around there. Obviously, that's not gone the way that we've wanted it to. Certainly, judging by the fans' expectations, who were very passionate, and so rightly hold players accountable. So the opportunity to come into such an amazing city, and as I say, an amazing club with the facilities in the stadium to match it was honestly a no-brainer.
Football, everybody knows everybody. I mean, do you know boys up here?
Yeah, a couple. Yeah, obviously, as soon as it came about, realised Riley Harbottle, obviously his connection there from Nottingham Forest. Joe Bursick, managed to play against him a couple of times when he was at Stoke before he moved to Belgium. So as you say, it's a really small world, and even through connections of other goalkeeping coaches, Sammy was keen to meet me and put me to work. Certainly put me through my paces. So like he'd known me an awful long time.
Plan for you and Joe to push each other as much as possible this season, Max as well?
I mean, yeah, I think that's the role of a goalkeeping department. Regardless of who is the out and out number one. There's always going to be speculation, and I just think the best thing for everybody is that we all want to play, and we're all confident and able enough to play. And I think that's going to bring out the best in all of us, because that if you've got the shirt, you've got to be the best version of yourself every single time. So I think it's the greatest position on the football field, but also it's the most under the spotlight. So like I say, of course we're going to push each other. Would I love to win that shirt? Absolutely. Otherwise, what's the point? I don't think anyone should just be content with sitting on the bench. But as I say, ultimately, if Joe does win the shirt, I'll back him 100% and push him all the way to make sure that the Hibs fans see the best version of him all the time.
Yeah. What makes it the best position on the pitch?
Well, because of the scrutiny, because of the level of scrutiny. I weren't impressed with myself on the first goal that we conceded tonight. I thought we started really well. The boys started really well, and we were managing the game quite nicely. And then, lack of game time. I could come up with a million excuses, but it was a poor decision to pass the ball out to Jordan before we were really set up, and that's where the goals come from. So really disappointed with myself on that one, because then goals change games. They get that little bit of momentum, and we go into half time 2-1 down, which is a real disappointment, because I thought we managed the game really well, probably for the first at least 25 minutes, and sort of showed them what we were all about. But that sharpness, and as I said, I can make a million excuses, but ultimately got to put it right, because that's the last time we're going to have a friendly match. All these games are competitive and are going to mean something from here on in. They mean an awful lot to a lot of people.
been a whirlwind sort of week, hasn't it? Have you had time to unload the suitcase, that kind of thing?
Honestly, no, I'm living out my suitcase. I've not done any washing, so I'm waiting for my wife to come up at the weekend. So, no, like, as you say, it's been a whirlwind. It really has, and obviously it's a long way from home. But you know, I've got no issue with that. That's the life of a footballer. That's what I've signed up for, and I'm more than happy to do it. As I say, you know, especially when it's to come somewhere this good. So, fortunately for me, the club have been fantastic, as they have with all the boys who've come up. You know, they've got great staff in place to make sure that transition period is as smooth as possible, and honestly I've got no qualms or complaints. They've given me zero excuses, so yeah, that's always a problem for a goalkeeper when you've not got an excuse in the bank, innit?
Right.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Perfect.